EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Los Angeles Chargers and the Minnesota Vikings. And it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Twin Cities and US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, the home of the Vikings. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Partner, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500, but that's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles just a year ago.
The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And off we go from Minneapolis. Here's Ladd McConkey to return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So here come the Chargers, the offense getting set to come out, led by their quarterback, the 6th overall pick of the 2020 draft. It's Justin Herbert.
His skill set can be determined by the letter A. Arm talent, accurate, athletic, and he's got a kind of aura about him. There's something special that they know when he's under center, we have a shot. First-round pick. He's got everything you want for the quarterback position. He needs to take that next step from being a legitimate, bona fide franchise quarterback to a superstar in the NFL.
Oh, no, right at the start, he loses the football. The Vikings have got it. The quarterback was on the move, starting to gain some yards, but then he lost the ball. And the fumble's recovered by the defense.
And early on, Mike, it was actually a really good job by the quarterback, extending that play, getting some positive yards with his legs, but he decided not to slide and give himself up. He takes that hit, loses the ball, and now the defense takes over.
Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the number 3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft out of USC. It's Sam Darnold.
I don't know if you saw it, Mike, but as the quarterback was taking the field, he took an extra couple seconds to thank his defense as they made their way to the sideline. Not only giving him the ball, but giving him the ball on what is a short field. Now, can he lead this offense and take advantage of the takeaway? They get a gift to start the game. Now you got to come away with points, and ideally, you want to come away with a touchdown.
He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
Well, we knew coming into this one, Mike, that we were going to see a lot of this guy, and we knew we'd see a lot of him early. And if that first play is any indication of the rest of this game, this defense is going to have their hands full containing him.
They'll go back to Jones on first down, and he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. In motion, it's Jefferson. Play fake to Jones, and now Darnold. And he's going to be dropped. They get to him back at the 15-yard line. That is Joey Bosa in on the sack.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards, and leads to a massive loss.
On fourth down, on comes the rookie, Will Reichard, to try this Viking field goal. Officially, this will be a 43-yarder. Reichard's kick is good. And the Vikings will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Here's Darius Davis to return it. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Chargers offense ready to see the football for the second time. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. On first down, Herbert. That one into the hands of Smart. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 6. They fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Herbert. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball, and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Vikings offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They were able to turn that opening drive into points. 3-0 our score as they start again with a 1st down. In motion, it's Jefferson. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. Got a man, good job coming back for the ball on the completion. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now Jones. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
Again, it's Jones. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it is 3rd down.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
On 3rd and long, here's Darnold. He'll try to run for it. So just a lone field goal in the 1st quarter of play. It's the Vikings with the edge. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. A run. It's Jones. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. They run it once more with Jones. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Taking off. And he's in! Sam Darnold. Touchdown, Vikings.
Now, remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
On now for the extra point. Here's Will Reichert. He's got it. And the Vikings are out to a 10-0 lead. Reichert out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. On the return is McConkey. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Chargers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. A first carry for Gus Edwards. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down A pickup of 9.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
Throwing, Herbert. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Let's make no mistake about it, Mike. I mean, this passing game, it just has not been very efficient here in the first half. I mean, they've produced more yards on the ground than through the air, and incompletions like that certainly aren't going to help.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches. On play action now, Herbert. Open man, left side, he's got it. And it looks like he's gonna have enough. Indeed, the referee does signal it is a 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 2. Opening carry of the game, it's J.K. Dobbins. And it doesn't appear that he got to that 1st down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. A run with Dobbins. And he will work this down to the 43-yard line, and that is enough for a 1st down. Two minutes to go here till halftime. We'll have more from Minneapolis. After this, they'll come up here 1st and 10. Now, Herbert. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
The open man is Johnston. He's got it.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. That's going to be out of bounds. Well judged and spotted right at the 10-yard line. The Vikings offense getting set to get back to work. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. And that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone. And that is a safety. So first, the decision to throw down here backed up near your own goal line. And the defense gets to the quarterback, sacking him, Greg, in the end zone for a safety.
Mike, anytime you're willing to call a pass backed up this deep in your side of the field, you have to trust that your quarterback is going to have the clock in his head to get the ball out of his hand. In this case, he holds on to it too long. The defense is able to get to him in the end zone, and it results in the safety.
So after that safety, it is a free kick, and that comes from the 20. He'll take this in back at the 16. The Chargers offense ready to get back at it. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Herbert. He connects with Disley. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. There is his tight end, Disley. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
That one complete to Johnston. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Herbert to the air again. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's going to have the 1st down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
Again, they'll throw with Herbert. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
So they go backwards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 13. Throwing right, it's taken in. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Here's Cameron Dicker now on for the field goal. Officially, this will be a 43-yarder. Dicker's kick is good. And the Chargers are back within 5. So as we come to the half, it is a 5-point game. As we'll get you down to Orlando now, that's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Michael, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. The Vikings got a solid first half outing by their veteran quarterback, Sam Darnold. He's got the lone touchdown of the game on a touchdown run. We'll see if he can get it going through the air as this one goes on.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half, about to get started. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
This offense came into this drive hoping to extend their narrow lead, Mike, but instead, after first down, they find themselves in 2nd and forever following that big sack right out of the gate.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. In motion, it's Jefferson. They'll go play action with Darnold. Oh, this pass rush dialed in right now. They get him again.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. Darnold now to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
So on 4th down, out comes Ryan Wright to punt for Minnesota. Back deep is Darius Davis. This will be returned from just beyond midfield, and he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Chargers offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll start from the plus side of midfield, looking to possibly take the lead here. It's 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Herbert to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a 1st down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. He's got the connection there. It's Joshua Palmer. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Herbert. Quick throw here is complete. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Give him a dozen yards on that one and give them 1st and goal.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
Herbert to the air again. That's in the end zone and intercepted.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
The Vikings offense make their way out to take over once more. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. They'll put Addison in motion. Play fake to Jones, and now Darnold. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own, and at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Jones. He'll gain 3 out of this, up to the 23. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. To the left side here, caught by Addison.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. Now a handoff, Jones. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Darnold. Finding space at the 40. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything.
And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And they're going to get him a second time. He goes down again.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
On third and long, here's Darnold. Well, this one is in reverse again. They're going to lose more yardage here, and it's going to bring up fourth down.
It's almost like the defense knew the back was getting the ball there, because from the moment the ball was snapped, there was a defender all over him, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
It'll be a punt coming from the Vikings as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. Throwing now is Herbert. Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught. That's the way to get started, a pickup of 17 and a very quick first down.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
Throwing on first down is Herbert. The open man is Johnston. He's got it. Another catch on the drive. This one for 13 yards and another first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Here's second down. They'll drop to throw. That's complete. It's Ladd McConkey. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
As the saying goes, Mike, you need your big-time players to make big-time plays, and the moment doesn't get bigger than this. Find yourself down. A touchdown gives you a chance to win this thing in regulation, and I think they got a shot.
And it looks like he's going to have a first down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs.
So on these play calls, Mike, on 3rd and inches, typically how it goes is We're going to try to take a shot. Then there's a medium zone option. And then the last resort is just pick up the first down with something underneath and get that fresh set of downs. So in this case, he settles for the underneath throw, but it's still enough to pick up the first down.
And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. Here is 1st and goal. Throwing again, Herbert. That one is caught beyond the pylon. Quentin Johnston, touchdown LA. The teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off in the game.
And when you have a wide receiver, Mike, that can operate near the sideline, it just increases the amount of space that quarterback has to work with. He knows that he can put that ball maybe a little bit further away from the defender, knowing he's got the guy on the other end to not only secure the catch.
And he will get into the end zone. The conversion is good. And the lead is up to 3 here in the 4th quarter. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. To return, it's Brandon Powell. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Another try, 2nd and 10. Now, Darnold. And the rush gets there. Down he goes. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one. Now, a big 3rd down. Darnold. Oh, and a crusher there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
We are set for 4th and long. Now he'll air one out. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs.
And that stop right there will do it. Even though they have 2 timeouts remaining, there's just not enough time on the clock to get another attempt. What a huge stop with the game on the line, and that will all but end this game.
Well, a touchdown here could be the capper to a victory. It is 1st and goal. Herbert down to an 8, and that should wrap this one up. That's a second charge timeout for Minnesota, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Now from the 9, it'll be 2nd and goal. Herbert down to an 8, and that should wrap this one up. The Vikings go ahead and use their final timeout, and they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. So the last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win for the visiting Chargers. And it was their defense that led the way as they pitched a shutout in the second half. No points allowed, and they cruised to victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.